This has its own magic.
What's up, everybody? It's Coach Kev. LeBron James is taking a break from social media. I guess he found out that social media can be downright hateful at times. People can say some outlandish things and have no consequences. It can be somewhat of a toxic environment. LeBron James, tell us something that we don't know. So he's taking a break from social media. I guess it has to do with actually I don't know what it has to do with. I know Stephen A. Smith is talking about it, and I want to just see why, what the reason, or maybe he doesn't even say a reason, just a statement on ESPN about LeBron James taking a break from social media. Lakers star LeBron James said he's taking a social media break. LeBron James says he's taking a break from social media. The NBA's all-time leading scorer and Los Angeles Lakers star posted on X and Instagram on Wednesday to announce that he's stepping away from his pages. James has 159 million followers on Instagram, 52.9 million on X. James started the farewell by reposting something that Rich Kleiman, Kevin Durant's longtime manager, posted to X on October 24th. We can all acknowledge that sports is the last part of society that universally brings people together. So why can't the coverage do the same? Kleiman wrote that day. It's only clickbait when you say it. When the platform is so big, you can make the change and allow us all an escape from the real life negativity. I, for one, find it all a waste of breath. James on Instagram posted a screen grab of Kleiman's post and added the caption, Amen. And then below it wrote, damn shame when it comes to on X. His repost on Kleiman simply said, Amen. Kleiman has posted only a handful of times since his October 24th post, and evidently James isn't planning to post much or anything until further notice. So LeBron James, there we go, taking a break from his social media. I didn't really explain what the reason was from his point of view. I guess they said for the main part, they said that sports is supposed to bring people together. So it's not bringing people together anymore. It's becoming a place to divide people or be a place, a form of negativity now. So that's the reason why he's taking a break from social media. But here's Stephen A. Smith talking about it, how he feels about LeBron James taking a break from social media.
Let me get to the bigger point about LeBron James. LeBron James choosing to step off of social media. And I was hesitant to bring this up because I didn't want to. Because LeBron James is approaching age 40. He is on the Mount Rushmore of basketball, one of the top two players in NBA history. And we will miss him when he is gone. He's a special, special dude on all fronts. But none of us are perfect. And LeBron James electing to get off of social media. Is that because of you, LeBron James? Or is it because of your son, Bronny James, and his struggles in the D-League and the NBA, prior to that, college basketball, prior to that, high school basketball when he was an All-American averaging 14 points a game, and people said no All-American averages 14 points a game? It's probably the latter. You know, Greg Anthony alluded to this earlier, and that's why I asked him the question. When you think about LeBron James and what LeBron James had to say, Greg Anthony made a very valid point. The level of vitriol that LeBron James has experienced throughout his career, he's one of the most scrutinized superstars in history. It's not because he's LeBron James. It's because when he came along is when social media shortly followed. Imagine what scrutiny Charles Barkley and MJ and Isaiah and others would have received had there been the existence of social media, had there been Instagram and X, or formerly known as Twitter, and Facebook and TikTok and all of this other stuff. Imagine what it would have been if they played during that time.
People's point of view, they usually are the same as Stephen A. Smith. They agree with Stephen A. Smith when it comes to stuff like that, that Jordan, even Kobe early on, these big time players never played with the social media, wasn't in the social media era. So if they were in the social media era, it would probably be the same, maybe even worse before them, like, because Jordan used to smoke cigars, and he had a huge gambling problem. Like all this stuff, Dennis Rodman acting crazy, going out to Vegas the night before a game, and all these crazy things. Like, just imagine if they were grown up or they were playing their sport during this social media era. So I definitely agree with Stephen A. Smith, and I've heard a lot of people agree with him on that point as well.
So we understand that LeBron James has received a heightened level of scrutiny, but we also understand that he's fully capable of taking and absorbing it and stomaching it. So why step away now? Truthfully speaking, it only makes sense that it's Bronny James. Not to be redundant, but it's necessary to be that way. Bronny James doesn't belong in the NBA. Not yet. Some people say never. I don't believe that. I believe the kid has a chance. And I think that he's going to do, I believe in him. I believe in his work ethic, his faith, et cetera, et cetera. But he's not ready yet. Which brings this back to LeBron James. We don't have to scrutinize Bronny James in terms of points per game average and all of this other stuff. Please, he's a kid. He'll come along. He'll work on his game. Hopefully, he'll earn his stripes. Respectfully, this is all LeBron's fault. It was LeBron James that told the world, sitting next to his wonderful wife, Savannah, for an interview, asked the question, what does he want for Bronny? What do they want for Bronny? She said, I just want him to be happy. LeBron James said, I want to play with him in the NBA. I want him in the NBA. And then, because he's LeBron James, he greased the skids and facilitated it happening, ensuring through Rich Paul that nobody would draft Bronny James before the Lakers grabbed him, because there were teams tempted to do it just to keep him away from the Lakers and LeBron.
So Stephen A's main point, it seems like, is that LeBron James isn't getting off of social media because of LeBron James. It's because the scrutiny that he's getting or his son is getting from everybody on social media. LeBron James, everybody knows that he had a big part in Bronny getting to the NBA. Like Stephen A says, any basketball player can see Bronny James and see he's not ready for the NBA. He's not doing, I haven't been following it closely, so if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but word is he's not doing great in the G League as well. It's like you're throwing him and trying to, as LeBron, trying to make him into something earlier than he should be, just to be like, oh, I played with my son in the NBA or we played together. Like, I think it's hurting Bronny James. I think that a lot of the scrutiny towards LeBron James is from Bronny James, and that's what he's talking about. Because LeBron has been getting scrutiny his whole career, and never has he made statements like this, like, I'm getting off. The only time he would get off of social media is during the playoffs. He called it Zero Dark 30, where he just focuses on basketball during the playoffs, no social media. But like this talking about there's negative talk. There's no more bringing people together in the sports and all this stuff. He's never said stuff like that. I don't remember him saying things like that. So my only guess and my only understanding can be that it's because of his son, the pressure he put on his son, the spotlight he put on his son. And now that the backlash is here, that everybody's seeing that his son is not ready to play in the NBA, now it's time for LeBron James to say, let me step back from all this negativity from social media.
Most importantly, LeBron James was caught saying publicly that Bronny James was better than some players in the NBA. Did you think people were going to forget that? See, I'm not getting into Bronny James because none of this is Bronny James' fault. He's just a kid out there working hard, trying to be the best that he can be, who is very blessed and fortunate to have a father like LeBron James, who loves him and had no ill intent whatsoever. But just because you didn't have ill intent doesn't mean that your intent didn't end up being ill-fated. Because you put this kid behind an 8-ball, and now he's a target for everybody. And whatever level of scrutiny he's experiencing, and whatever difficulty he's having and stomaching and dealing with all of it, is because his father couldn't keep his mouth shut. His father couldn't just play.
LeBron saying that Bronny is better than players in the NBA is. LeBron, yo, bro. LeBron is great at saying or doing things and then being like taking a step back, like, "Nah, I didn't mean it that way," or why are you attacking me now because I said or did this? Like, he's very good. I think they call that deflection. One of the best deflectors ever to play the game of basketball, LeBron James. Bronny being better than people in the NBA is a wild statement, LeBron. Wild.
Say, I want my son happy no matter what he wants to do. It would be a dream come true to play in the NBA with him, but we can't have everything we want. Hopefully someday it happens and let's left it alone. You didn't do that. And as a result, in all likelihood, Bronny James is experiencing an elevated level of scrutiny that would be difficult for anybody his age, with his experience, and with his unfamiliarity in being associated with this kind of critique. It's been difficult for him. That doesn't make LeBron James the worst person in the world. He's a damn good father. He's a family man. He's an iconic figure that we all should revere, not just respect. But in the same breath, rather than say, I'm stepping off of social media because of the negativity, how about adding, especially some of the negativity I unintentionally brought on my own son? I need to take a step back. I'm not saying you should have done it automatically, but since you felt the need to do what you did in terms of retweeting Rich Kleiman's tweet and stepping away from social media, and since you refrained from just stepping away quietly and basically piggybacked off of Rich Kleiman to blame the national media.
I hate is a strong word, but I extremely dislike when people who are defending LeBron, whether he does something or something on the court that he doesn't do good, maybe misses a last second shot, misses a free throw, whatever he just does, they always come back to, well, we're not attacking his character. He's a philanthropist. He's a great husband. He's a great father. Nobody is talking about his life outside of basketball. On the court, he's not clutch. To me, he's not clutch. And that's something that I argue. Like, his free throw shooting is terrible. He does not come up clutch. He passes on a lot of shots that other greats would have taken. Even if they missed it, they still would take the responsibility of being the superstar and taking the last second shot. People criticize LeBron for that. He's a philanthropist, great father man. He's an entrepreneur, all this stuff. And it's like, nobody's talking about his character. It's hilarious that we always use that. People always use that to defend LeBron when nobody is talking about that. We're talking about his basketball and people talking about how he is the GOAT, and my reasoning and other people's reasonings on why he's not the GOAT.
Could you blame yourself? Because in the end, nobody is more guilty of making times hard for Bronny James, the basketball player, than LeBron James. That's just a fact. There's no way around it. Still rooting for you, Bronny. Keep working hard, keep making things happen. You got a chance no matter what the critics say. To LeBron James, respectfully, I know you had the best of intentions, but the national media ain't the problem, bro. Not in the case of Bronny James. That would happen to be you.
Strong statements from Mr. Stephen A. Smith. What are your guys' thoughts? Leave all your thoughts in the comments below. We all know what social media is, so I'm not even going to ask you about social media in general and the media. We already know how they can spin stuff and how they can create a narrative. We already understand that. But when it comes to LeBron James, do you believe that he's getting off of social media because of the scrutiny towards himself or more towards his son? Do you believe that LeBron James brought this spotlight onto his son and he's made it harder for his son to be successful in basketball? Do you believe that all of this is taken out of proportion? Do you believe that all of this is blown up, that they're just making something out of nothing? And do you believe that this is just all a part of the social media era we live in now, and this is just making something out of nothing? Leave all your thoughts in the comments below. Like I said, LeBron James, family man, philanthropist, all this stuff. He brought this on to his son, calling him better than NBA players, making it seem like he was ready for the NBA, all this stuff. If you're going to do that, then once your son shows that he is not ready, then you got to take what comes with it. And that's what it seems like LeBron James is not being able to deal with. Like Stephen A. said, this is nothing negative about Bronny. We all wish Bronny the success. But LeBron James, you cannot take a step back and act like you are not responsible for what is going on with your son, the negativity, the energy. Everything he does is being talked about, is in the limelight. And honestly, like Stephen A. Smith said, it's mostly because of you. Till next time, this is Coach Kev, and I'm out of here.